I wrote this one poem for my daughter. She had a friend over when she was in 3rd grade, this little girl, Justine. Now, you don't know Justine, but you know the type. Justine was the most popular girl in the 3rd grade. You know the type? Okay. Perfect little blonde ponytail, perfect little clothes, little ribbons in her shoes, matched her clothes. She came over to our house, and the dog bit her. And my daughter Kelly thought her life was in the dumper, right? And so at the same time that we had Toby the biting dog, there was a little window there, we also had a gerbil named Spunky. So I sat down that night and I wrote a poem, Spunk Bit Christine, and turned the dog bite into a gerbil bite. And I think in this kind of grand sense, I have something like 400 kid poems in print. That's what I was trying to do for my kids over the years, is turn the dog bites into gerbil bites, right? Well, Kelly went away to college, went down to Ohio Wesleyan, and I got a call from her one day, and her voice very small on the phone. She said, "Mom, can you write a poem for my friend Wendy? She shot herself on Tuesday. The memorial service is next week." And I thought, good Lord, you know, I can't change this one into a gerbil bite. So, and I didn't know this girl, so she told me 2 things about her. That she had a smile that would light up a room, and the weekend before she died, she had been teaching the other girls in the dormitory country line dancing. So, for Wendy. A book. So much a part of our lives seems lost somewhere, out of place. We drag about the house in heavy shoes, examining the empty room. We open the blinds and wash our eyes and search the shelf for answers, thinking, what could I have done with that book? Where did I see it last? Could a book just wander off like that? Questions that grow with the moon while standing rooted in the shadows, remembering the story. The story. Remember the time? Remember the page? Remember the chapter? Remember the smile? A book can get lost, disappear, or simply fall to pieces. But a story stays forever once we've taken it to heart. And for the rest of what each of us will know of eternity, whenever we drag about the house in heavy shoes, wash our eyes and search the shelf for answers, that story will remain to coax us from the empty room. Come on back. And back into the moonlight. A sister teaching us to dance. So, I don't know if you read in the news, but Michael and I are from Mentor, and a family has sued the Mentor School District. They filed a suit last week. Because in a 2-year period, in 2007 to 2009, there were 5 suicides at Mentor High School. And all of them attributable to one degree or another to bullying. So I had written that poem for my daughter's friend, and about a dozen years later, I decided to write a lament from the point of view of a student when those stories hit the news. And I was reminded of this poem when the lawsuit was filed this week. Lament. When I was alive, oh, the window looked back at me as I walked through the door of the school. I played what's up catch now and then, returning each toss with my own twist. And even when I was cruising under the radar of conversation, my slammed locker, flipped pages and footfalls were the noises of my own choosing. No one spoke for me but me. Now that I am dead, I am left to lie in the hall. In the morning, kids kick me into the air, batting me about, and I can't protest or disagree. I become only what they want me to be. By afternoon, I'm kicked aside like the flyers from last week's prom, stuffed and wedged between the trash can and the wall. Now, no power in the universe can bring strength back to my legs so I can stand up for myself, or puff air into my lungs to give me voice. My reflection is fading in the window. My cries for recognition overpowered by tomorrow's announcements. I am but a fractured memory, trampled to dust.
This is dedicated to every man that I have ever loved. If you loved me, you would buy me a kiloton of semi-sweet chocolate compressed to neutron degeneracy. If you loved me, you'd do genetic engineering on my former boyfriend and his wife, transforming them into naked mole rats. If you loved me, you would go skinny dipping in heavy water, letting me ride down your shoulders so I wouldn't get wet. But you don't love me. Because if you loved me, you'd rearrange the asteroid belt in the shape of a huge heart with my name on the buckle. You'd win the Nobel Prize and give it to me for my book on gerbil telekinesis, and not mine when people said you were an idiot for love. You would, but it's real obvious you don't love me. Or you'd build a time machine and we would travel to the beginning of time. So you could bang me at the moment of the Big Bang and not in heaven. I said, no, sweetie, it's that time of the month. If you really loved me, you'd rocket to Venus and jump off the London and plummet to your death in my backyard. If you love me, you'll die. You'll just die.
I gotta raise my finger to the fuckers in this nation as I'm sitting and I ponder as this blunt is in rotation. Cause I only ever see you, at this or that occasion. Shove your smile up your ass, bitch, don't look me in the face. And this is gonna be the day that you don't forget my name. I'll be like a fucking lunatic just poking at your brain. Ever since I can remember, ever since my eyes opened, everything has been the same. Pretty soon I'll be like Coinstar, pouring out the change. Like a rancher on the range. Pretty soon I'll be the shit. Smacking stupid motherfuckers like, take a look at this. Do I gotta talk slow? Do I gotta make a list? Doing what I gotta do to try and cut the deficit. Make me president. Am I talking crazy shit? If my name got on the ballot, do you think it'd be legit? If I got the kids to rally when it's time to sink or swim? When you're counting up the tally and you realize that I win? And you realize that I sin, but it really doesn't matter. As you're scrounging in the gutter and I'm eating off a platter. And you're pissing like you're scared, I'm like, nigga, hold your bladder. Down in the rabbit hole like the crazy Mad Hatter. Niggas running through the streets like they're all dumb bastards. Revolution comes slow, but it couldn't happen faster. Coming to an end, ain't no happy ever after. Another day gone by, getting closer to disaster. I gotta point my finger at the people in the highest, cause the world is at its lowest, but I am at my flyest. I'm about to blow up, motherfucker, don't deny it. But keep it on the low, hush, hush, keep it quiet. I think I'd start a riot, and I don't think they'd like that. Even if I tried it, yo, they'd end me like a nightcap. But if you want to battle, motherfucker, here's my fight rap. It's a demolition zone, all you bitches grab a hard hat. Sipping on Patron, sit back and watch the evening news. Getting repetitious and you wonder if it's even you. I'm about to spit vicious red eyes like a demon do. Sleeping with the fishes, you're alive, keep dreaming, dude. And I'm scheming, trying to make it to the top. The devil's gonna be steaming, but the album's gonna be hot. And the memo you're receiving got me telling you you're not. And you might think I'm leaving, I'm just headed to the spot. You're just waiting on a drop. Motherfucker, here it is, cause they got me raising hell like I'm Cosby raising kids. I'm not saying I'm special, but I'm like amazing mids. And I'm not saying I'm ballin', I'm just rapping how I live. I'm just rapping for the kids, all the ones without a home, the ones that don't give a shit and that think they're all alone. For all the lies that we live, all the closets and the bones, all the times that you cried because your skeletons have shown. When they look you in the eye and you're hoping they don't know. Hands behind your back looking like Pinocchio. Wrapped up in the curtains like you're hiding from the show. And you say you're not certain, but I know you really know.
Sisters passing, flashing glances at other sisters, supposedly because they're walking with their misters. Assumption-based opinions built up like dominions, often without cause. Where's the unity? Like it's a must to harbor mistrust and binge off of competition. Has ignorance accomplished its mission? You know. To divide and conquer, causing us to wander even further from our family-based cultures, devouring like vultures the lies we've been fed, meticulously placed in our heads, our own consciousness dead. Will we ever resurrect? I detect neglect, a side effect of brainwashing, backwards thinking, and plain old stupidity. And this And this, you see, this really bothers me, coming from a people so smart, right from the start, kings and queens crowned with wisdom and insight passed down through the ages, and I do recite, I have a dream that one day, dot. Well, I guess we forgot not to segregate ourselves from one another, forgot that we were sisters and brothers, but remember to start killing each other. Oh, not just with knives and guns, but by passing on to our daughters and sons our schisms and isms and narrow-minded decisions. Where's the intelligence? We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Being one of our themes. But we forgot where it came from or what it means. Our words have made a switch from my sister to bitch and let's work it out translates into I got a trigger itch. And I guess that we figure it makes us much bigger to pummel each other in front of other races. Hey, where's the intelligence? Still some have settled and say, hey, that's the way it is, it'll never change. But don't you think it's strange that all we need to kill us as a culture is right within our range, but to get our piece of the American dream, we seem to have to scheme, often to the point where our lives we can't redeem. When will we see, learn, discern? When will we wake up?